Hi, my name is Bree and welcome back to my channel. Wow, it has been forever since I last filmed a video, but hi. Oh my god, let me tell you, this semester it's just got insane with the amount of work that I had to do, taking 5 classes on top of doing a departmental honors thesis and having to present it. Oh my god. I went to like 3 different conferences in April, which I will tell you guys all about because I was like, I need to tell someone about this. It's just so amazing. Another thing, too, I hurt my foot again. I broke a bone in my foot. Don't know how I did it. Cannot for the life of me figure it out. Although I think I might have pinned down when it started hurting. It was like this one Friday after my classes were done, and I was walking to my car, and I'm like, wow, my foot really freaking hurts. And that weekend, I was just in so much pain, and then Monday comes along, I'm limping. Tuesday comes along, I'm still limping a lot worse, way more pain. And then Wednesday, I was just in so much pain that I just, Wednesday when I got home from school, I literally could not walk. I was crawling on my hands and knees like a freaking toddler. And I was like, yeah, I think I need to go see my doctor now. But it turned out because it's me and it's my luck, my doctor was on vacation that week, so I had to go see someone else in the same practice. So he doesn't know my history with my foot. My foot is very complicated. And he did an x-ray, and it turns out I have a broken bone in my foot. Who would have thought I would have a broken bone in my foot? So yeah, so you can see, yes, a lot of good things have been happening to me lately, while also not so great things have been happening. Oh man. But luckily I only have maybe one more week left until I have to wear the boot. So hopefully then I'll be out of the boot no more. And if I somehow break another bone in my foot again or I need surgery in my ankle again, I'm just gonna cut my foot off and be a cyborg. You can see how I'm processing this through humor. I know it's not funny, but every time when someone asks me what happened, I just can't help but laugh at it. Because if I don't laugh, then I will cry. I've kind of been slacking a little bit with reading in the month of April and March because I just had so much going on with, like I said, the schoolwork, the departmental honors thesis, breaking my foot, other personal stuff in my life happening. So I didn't really get much time to read, and I also kind of went on a little bit of a buying ban. So what that means, well, is how I perceived it. I was like, okay, I need to start saving some money. I need to stop buying all these books because if you can just look at my room right now, I have books on the floor behind my camera stand. The cart on the side of here is piling up. You can kind of see back here. I'm starting to pile on top of my books. So it's like I have nowhere to put these books. And I honestly, I want to say maybe like 70% of these books I have not actually opened up and read. So I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna read the books that I have, and any other books I want, I'll just go on Libby. My library luckily connects with Libby, so I could do that. But then it's like I walk into a bookstore and I'm like, well, you know what? I deserve to treat myself. I broke a bone in my foot. I'm gonna buy a couple books. Or, well, I need a book for class, so I should go to the bookstore and get it, and maybe get a personal read for myself to go along with it. And then I walk out like with like 5 books later, and it's like, oh, I only came for one thing, and here I am walking out with 5 books. Or I go in for one thing, and I come out with everything but that. So there's that. That didn't really work out too great. So hopefully this summer I'll be better with it. Now, what was I going to talk about? Yes, I was going to talk about the conferences. So part of my departmental honors thesis requirement, I have to present at like I have to defend it either at my school or I have to go to an outside conference and present it elsewhere. My advisor and I decided to do conferences outside the campus, and A, it will look really good on my resume, like, hey, I presented at conferences, and B, I can also check out other campuses to decide where I want to go for grad school. I left my campus environment and I went to 3 other universities to present at. 2 of them were for my thesis, and one of them was actually for a class a creative writing class that I took, and I read one of my poems. It was about gender and sexuality, and that's what the conference was based around. So, yeah, so it's funny because usually with a departmental honors thesis, you typically write the thesis first, or you write the paper, and then you go present it. Well, I decided to do things backwards and present it first, then use the summer and the fall semester to actually write it. So I'm still technically in the research phase of it, which is typically when you don't present it, but my advisor and I thought it would be a good idea to start getting my ideas out there, and the conferences just so happen to line up in spring, so we decided to go for it. They were so much fun. I met a lot of great people there, like scholars, professors, students, peers. It was such an amazing time. A lot of people took interest in my work, and this one school I went to, the one I'm looking to go to grad school with, the department chair of the English program there, they walked up to me after my conference, and they actually gave me a little list of other books to check out for potential like later on with my project, and I couldn't have been more grateful and thankful for that. So that just goes to show that these people are interested in what I'm researching. So it makes me feel much more confident and like motivates me like so much more. So when I say it to like my family, like my parents, they don't understand why I'm doing it. But like when I talk to people in the field of academia, they totally understand it and they support it so much. Like my department chair, he supports me like so much. My advisor supports me. Even like the other professors outside of my university supported me. So it's like, oh, it's so amazing. Like I found my people that get it. Maybe you guys do too. I don't know if you're in academia or if you're a college student or if that's just something you're into. But for those of you guys who don't know it, and I'm rambling on about this, my departmental honors thesis is, at least at my school, it's like a separate thesis outside of like your degree, like the English degree requirement. So you can kind of think of it almost as like a master's thesis. So it's like you have to write like at minimum like 25 pages of research, and you need to basically analyze like a piece of literature and incorporate other scholars like pieces into it. My topic is on looking at pandemics and like pandemic literature. So I'm taking a look at the cholera pandemic of 1832 in Paris because there's not a lot of like COVID-19 books out yet. That's initially where I wanted to start, but then I decided to go back into the past and kind of see like where the connections are with the cholera and COVID-19. I want to do like other like pandemic. This is very like probably just gonna be like a chapter, like a very small chunk of that book, that overall big project. So yeah, that's what I'm working on, and it's a lot of work in between classes. It's like taking 2 additional classes sometimes. So yeah, a little crazy to do this. And plus, next year I will have to worry about my like capstone, my English capstone. It's like I have to produce like another big paper, but it doesn't have to be as big as a thesis. I believe it's like 7 to 10 pages or something like that. So yes, it's a lot shorter, but it's like still going to be a lot of work. It's another research paper, analysis paper of a piece of literature or an author. So that's going to be great. So yeah, so these conferences were really fun. I'm usually not a public speaker, but kind of have to go out and present my work. So I stuck it up and I did it. It wasn't too bad. I wrote out a script. I timed myself. I only had 15 minutes at the first conference, and the second one I had 20. Yeah, I had 20. because someone dropped out on my panel, so we had like a couple extra minutes, but I didn't hit those extra couple minutes. I did like maybe 17 minutes. Yeah, 17 minutes at the second one, and the first one I did around like 15 minutes, so not too bad. I would totally do it again. I'm actually looking to do another conference in the fall after I've written the paper, so we'll see how that goes. And then the conference with my poem, that one was a little weird because that one I had to submit to the gender studies program at my school, and they chose some like students like which work they wanted to like represent a college at this university. I mean at this conference. So I did that, and it got accepted, and I went to the conference. I was on a panel with other people that were like similar ideas. My panel was gender, and because my poem was about gender, and but it was really weird because it was like a lot of the other projects, they were like research-based projects, and here I am with a creative writing poem that I wrote. So the poem took me like 2 minutes to read, and we had 10 minutes like to talk. So I kind of had to pull some stuff out of my ass and like really get to that 10 minutes. I only ended up speaking for like 7 minutes, but I left some time for like some questions or if anyone else went over. And then right at the last minute, two people out of the 5 dropped out of our panel, so we had a lot of extra time. We got done like a half hour early because the other girls were like presenting for 10 minutes too. And then they left some time for Q&A afterwards, so that was a little hectic, but we did it. We made it through our panel, and we did a really good job, and we had some time to kill in between. So I got to know the girls on my panel, which was really nice. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. So that was it. That's really it about the conferences and the work that I'm doing. I don't want to say too much about my work yet. Maybe when it's more, maybe like if I get it published or something, I'll talk more about it. But that's kind of the gist of what my thesis is about, and I actually kind of have to write it first. So yeah, this is all you're gonna get for now. This is like a little preview of it, I suppose. So yeah, so that's really it for this video. This is where I've been. This is what I've been up to. I will be a lot better at posting in the summertime since I will have a lot more free time, and I honestly can't wait to get back to making videos again and reading books again and talking about books and just being in the book community again. So yeah, so thank you for hanging around and watching my video. I kind of forgot how to do an outro, so I'm just gonna wrap this up. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I don't know if you're interested in pandemic literature. I would love to know. Or if you want to say anything else to me, that'd be great too. And while you're at it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel to take a look at other videos that are coming up. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.